What's up, everybody? This is Nadir.
It's Kev.
2/3 of the high wire act of Games Music Life, and we're back with the review of this Migos album titled
Culture.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. I'll be honest with you. Going into this, I didn't know nothing. I mean, I know a little bit about the Migos. I'm more of the what should I call myself? A rapidy rapper, like
It's known.
whatever.
It's known.
It's known, yeah. And I the reviews kind of teach of that. I'm more of an R&B head as far as that, but I was a little nervous going into the Migos album, but you know what? I'm gonna open my eyes. I figure we do it for the culture and just see what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following Migos, since Versace. Listen to all the no label mixtapes and all that kind of stuff. And
you listen to mixtapes?
Yeah, I mean, not in heavy rotation, but
okay,
I definitely gave them a spin back then, and they had their songs I liked, and the rest of it was kind of passable. But
yeah, I forgot they were the Versace guys, the ones that Drake stole their song, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's bad they were known for that, but that's what Drake does.
Hey man, you got to get on somewhere, man. I mean, technically Drake put on Future too, so,
right?
Hey.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But anyway, so we got this ATL group Migos. They got the stand from Donald Glover, so a lot of people were kind of looking forward to this album because Donald Glover had a big year. And they're known the Dap Gods.
Yeah,
they're the Dap
damn
Gods.
that way.
All right, let's get into it, man. So first track, Culture, featuring DJ Khaled. What'd you think?
Man, with it, I thought that this track came with good energy to start the album. Migos giving you their signature flow. It was ad-lib heavy, was a common theme throughout this whole album.
Yeah.
And, gave us that double time flow on the verses. But overall, I thought it was cool, man. I don't really know where DJ Khaled fed in on that track.
Nowhere.
But, whatever, he's there.
It was
he the best.
They're the hot group right now. DJ Khaled wanted to get on there and show his face. It was a marketing ploy. I get it. Demir, your thoughts, man. The production was very good to me. Heavy bass and very upbeat. Decent way to start the album. DJ Khaled came in with his Norm. Welcome the listener to the project. Vocals were, they're the Migos. So my vocal note I had for this track was meh. All right. So track 2, T-Shirt. Hey, listen, I'll be honest with you. I love this song. I really did. Like, I really found myself listening to this one a couple of times. Beat was very dope, good bass drops, and I bounced my shoulders throughout, man. Vocals and ad-libs were hilarious on this song. Like, I literally found myself laughing out loud. Like, I literally would bust out laughing like, yo, these guys are retarded. Heavy Draco shout-outs. The second to last verse, which was from Takeoff, was actually pretty good. I mean, it really took me by surprise. He actually got some words to rhyme together.
Takeoff and Offset. I mean, we all know Quavo. You know what I'm saying? Is the leader of that group. But Takeoff and Offset, they were shining on this project at spots.
You think so? I think the Takeoff dude was really, on this song, he really shined. Now, I will say later in the album, but, on this one, I was like, wow, man, he really put some words together that really were okay.
Hey,
they were all right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm right there with you, man. I love this beat. I love the hook on here, man. I thought that the background vocals on here were a lot of fun, man. I like the effect that they had them on there. It was a nice touch to kind of fill the track and give it a spacious sound on there. I thought that the ad-libs were hilarious. Mama!
Yeah.
That cracked me up every time.
Yes.
Wow. The ad-libs, they are hilarious. But I really like that track, man. So when it came out, I want to say it was the second single that got released, and I was actually kind of going back and forth a bit between this and Bad and Bougie, trying to figure out which one was better. But.
See, I heard the Bad and Bougie track. I had never heard this one.
Yeah. And
I knew, I don't listen to Migos on the daily, but when it comes on when the kids are in the car, it's edited, of course, so I can stomach it. But so I didn't know anything about them going. I just knew they didn't really rap. I just knew they were kind of mumble guys. But hey, there's a lane for them.
Yeah. So
I did save this track to my playlist though for the gym.
There you go.
So I thought that. All right. So track 3, Call Casting. What'd you think?
Man, now with Call Casting, man, I was not crazy about the keys or the organ on this track. It was a little. It was a little off-putting on this track. It sounded like old mixtape Gucci. Like, it sounded like old Zaytoven beat, which I've heard 100 million trillion thousand times. I didn't really feel like there was a lot going on in the verses on this track either. So for me, Call Casting was just kind of meh.
Yeah, okay. I mean, same thing for me, really. I mean, it has a very churchy feel. Heavy organ and a piano. I could listen to this track at the gym. I could listen to it at the gym. But, at the gym, you're not really paying attention to any words or anything, so it'd be okay. Vocals are typical Migos. Boast about how much they have in others, and trap rap from their perspective. Once again, meh. All right. So, bless me. All right, so
Bad and Bougie.
Bad and Bougie. All right, so track 4, Bad and Bougie featuring Lil Uzi Vert. I found myself once again laughing at this one, man. I found myself laughing out loud at the lyrics and ad libs. You know, the beat slows down. It felt kind of like chopped and screwed music. If I did drugs, this would be a track I listen to. You know, more Draco shout outs. I'm always a fan of the Draco shout outs. But once again, it's their biggest track to date. So I think that, it was okay. I will take it. But would it be something I would listen to? Probably not.
Now, see, for me, man, I feel like this song right here, man, it just screams hit. Like,
it's a hit. No, it is a hit.
Yeah, I mean, the beat is hitting, man. The hook is a hit. Everybody was, doing their thing on their verses. I felt like Offset came in, came with a lot of energy, brought it to the track, and then Quavo came in. Quavo Ratatouille came in, and you know what I'm saying? He cooked it up, made it smooth, and then Uzi Vert. I felt like this is probably the best I've heard Uzi Vert. Now, admittedly, I'm not a huge listener of Lil Uzi Vert, but this track right here, I felt like he was shining. Them ad libs again, man. These guys are ad lib kings.
They're ad lib gods, man. Yeah. They're funny, man, with their ad libs.
You know what I'm saying? You can just let the whole track just ride on the ad libs alone, man.
Right.
But it was a fun track, man. Clearly a standout hit. This is what everybody came for, man. They did their thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. That's what it is. All right. So track 5, get right with you. All right. I found myself bouncing to this one. I once again have no idea what they're saying, but the beat is knocking on this. The flute and the heavy bass stood out to me. I look for the actual instrumental of this song. Like, I actually tried to find an instrumental because I don't want to hear them, but the beat was actually fire. I could find myself cleaning up the house, doing something to it, but it was, like I said, the beat was dope, but I don't know what the hell they were talking about.
See, man, for me, this track, it was cool. I wasn't crazy about the beat, actually, but I thought Quavo stole the show with the hook in his first verse. Offset came with a nice verse to follow up, but I didn't really think Takeoff offered much at the end of that song.
Okay.
So, again, it was just kind of another track on this album.
Another track. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of the theme going on this, man. Track 6, Slippery featuring Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Man, I thought that the beat was simple, but it really worked well on this track. I, again, love the ad-libs on there, man. It kind of had a Travis Scott vibe to me with the ad-libs on here.
Yeah.
Decent verses from all the Migos, but I felt like Gucci came in and stole the show. But I felt like maybe Gucci stole the show on this track just because he didn't sound like them.
Yeah,
Kind of broke up the monotony of their sound, which was another thing, but we'll talk about that later on in the review. But again, I thought it was a cool track.
Okay. I mean, this is a family show, so we're definitely going to go into what it's about. But, the beat was knocking once again, man. Heavy bass breaks. Another gym track. I think throughout the album, you could probably put a lot of these songs on a gym soundtrack and actually be able to get it in. It actually keeps you energy. Offset actually spits another decent verse on this one, man.
Yeah.
Him and Gucci, go back, and it sounded like an old Gucci verse. It didn't sound like it was new. But
Think so?
It did sound a little old, but it almost sounded like, they didn't do it in the same studio, of course.
It didn't sound like this. Did it in the same
no,
studio?
No, it didn't. Gucci sounded totally different. I don't know if maybe they didn't mix it right, but it sounded almost like they took a tape and just overplayed it over like a talent show almost, So, but Gucci did what he does. I'm not really a big Gucci fan, but it was something I could appreciate from him, So I thought it was a pretty decent track. But once again, it's like yeah. Okay, so track 7, Big on Big. Now, this is the one track I will say they actually stuck to what the title. I can understand what they were actually getting across.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the big on big versus, kind of like Big Bank take Little Bank back in the day, if you remember that analogy back in the day. The violin and the piano pulls me in. The background vocals fit the beat very well. The beat is solid. This may be the best all of them sounded as a collective on the album so far. Like they all sounded, okay on here. Migos basically talking their stuff, man. Heavy Draco references once again. I'll save this one in the playlist as well for the gym. I thought this one was pretty good.
There you go. Now with it, first thing that stood out to me instantly it was Zay on the beat. Had some really polished keys, kind of his signature sound going across the beat. Man, I love the hook on this track. Again, finally we're getting a song where the content matches the title. So I thought that was cool. But for me, at this point in the album, the Migos flow starts to wear on me a bit. It starts to get a little fatiguing because they don't really switch it up. Like each one of them has their own flow and it's different, in small ways from each other, but it all sounds the same. And after a while, like just kind of sitting with the project and sitting with it, listening to it on repeat, song after song after song, it all just kind of starts to run together. And at this point in the album is where that started to happen for me.
Yeah, to make sure he's on the next track.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so what the price? What'd you think?
I really enjoyed the change of pace beat-wise
Okay.
with this track leading off with a powerful guitar followed by some really dramatic keys and a heavy bass. I thought everyone came with their best, both on the hooks and the verses, so I really liked this track.
Okay. I mean, pretty much to mirror you, man. The beat was very slow and dark, heavy bass once again. The vocals fit the song as far as what they were trying to say. Chorus wasn't bad, wasn't good. The guitar breakdown at the end was probably about 14 seconds. I thought it was dope as part of the song. But, once again, it's another track, man. Just,
Yeah.
All right. Track 9, Brown Paper Bag. I like the way the bass comes in and out throughout. When the bass comes back in, it hits harder each time. It kind of like goes away and it comes back each time. And every time you find yourself kind of pumping, like doing a Jordan fist pump, like okay, the bass is hitting on this one. The vocals stand out due to how the bass was actually coming. It's like every time the bass would come back, another one of them would come in and start rapping. Now, mind you, it wasn't anything, they weren't saying a damn thing, but they were riding the beat, I would say. And I guess it does take some talent to do that. But I had it written down, man. Not a bad track, but not a good one either. So just another one.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I felt like the track was cool, but in a lot of ways it was just more of the same. Another Zay beat, more Migos flow, more ad libs, lots of ad libs. Just kind of again just laboring through at this point. Not a bad song though, but I would rather have this in a shuffle.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so track 10, Dead's featuring 2 Chainz.
Yeah,
What'd you think?
I really like the grand sound on the production on here. It makes the track sound like it's in a movie or something like that.
Gotcha.
I hated the hook where just I wasn't feeling that at all, man. It just sounds lazy on the verses. Nothing to write home about there. 2 Chainz verse is cool, but again, doesn't really add much to the track. This song, it was kind of a waste of a nice beat.
Okay, it's funny you say movie because I'm gonna tell you when I listened to this one, I had written down the beat sounds like if Darth Vader listened to the Migos. Okay, it just sounds like an evil theme. Like if Darth Vader listened to the Migos and that would be his theme music, it would be this song. A club banger. Vocals were literally all over the place. I don't even know. Like it's like everyone had a different day they recorded for this song, and they really just didn't stick to the theme at all. I thought 2 Chainz would shine on this one. I really did. I'm like, okay, these guys are not really rappers. 2 Chainz coming here and he would shine. No, he fit right into the pocket with them on this one. Yeah. I don't know if he matched their style, which I thought it was a chance for him to actually just kind of show that he can rap. I thought 2 Chainz would be getting a little better over the years, but I see no, he's not. No. All right, so track 11, all A expletive, all behind. The other word for behind. It's a family show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, it's a family show. So for this track is for the strip club. Flat out, this is for the strip club. This track will be played at all gentlemen's clubs across the country. Everyone will be shaking their fleshy backsides on this one. Very upbeat and a steady bass line is what I have for this one. So if you're in a strip club, this came on. I can see it. I can accept it, but I'm a married man, so I don't have a need to be in there at this point.
Yeah, with it, man, it was a simple track, but everything was working. There was nothing super memorable about this track. It's not a bad song or anything like that, but
you're not surprised. I'm not surprised that they would release a song like this.
It was just
yeah, exactly.
Just another song on the album,
All right, track 12, man. Kelly Price featuring Travis Scott.
Yeah,
what do you think?
With it, I was really digging the vibe on this track, man. It kind of sounded like they followed Travis Scott's lead on this track. I don't want to say that they switched their flow, but they kind of adjusted their sound a bit to complement Travis Scott, with Travis Scott kind of coming in the middle of that track. I didn't feel like there were any standouts as far as the verses. I felt like everybody had a decent contribution, pretty good contribution in there. They were all doing their thing. So with it, it was a cool track. Coming in at 6 minutes, I think it's the longest track on the album.
Right, yeah.
But it didn't feel like it was a chore to listen to it. So that was good.
Yeah, I mirror your thoughts, man. It sounded like a Travis Scott featuring the Migos track. It didn't sound like the Migos featuring Travis Scott. It's almost like he came in and gave them the recipe on what he wanted to do, and they just followed him, throughout. They definitely tried, like you said, tried to match Travis' delivery with his ad libs as well. I definitely can rock with this one, and it was the longest song on the album, which was weird. And then I started going back into it, like some of the earlier songs, there was some ad libs where they kind of sounded Travis Scottish, on certain things. But I'm a big Travis Scott fan. Birds in the Trap was my album of the year last year. Video's out. So I dug this one, man. I could dig this one, but I think being the longest track on the album, and track 12 towards the end, a lot of people might fast forward to that track and that, but yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like that.
Yeah. All right. So 13, Out Your Way.
Yeah.
All right. So this one, man, the vocals were very clear. They definitely wanted to get something across to the listener what they were trying to say. Once again, this is the second track on the album that they actually fit the theme of the song and tried to stick to it. It sounded even like they got a bit personal as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely appreciated that. And the beat once again knocked.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought about that one.
With it, man, I thought it was a cool closeout track. It was a little bit softer, smoother. I was really digging the synth and the percussion on this track. I could appreciate the Migos for, at least trying to give us something a little bit more introspective, switch up the subject matter on this album to close it out, kind of show us that they can give us something different. Just showing appreciation for, some of the ladies that might hold them down in their lives and things like that. So thought it was a good way to close out the album, show a little bit of versatility there, but still stayed true to form. So thought it was a cool track.
Yeah, after having the track all expletive and then having this one, it definitely, piggybacked
you know what I
pretty
mean?
well.
Yeah.
All right. So, man, what'd you think? All in all.
All right, man, I got to get on my soapbox here for a second.
Do it.
Now, like I said, I've been following Migos for a while in their career. I've been following them for the past couple of years. And I felt like right now this album was a pinnacle or turning point for them, or at least it should have been. I felt like with the national attention that they're getting with Bad and Bougie, their buzz was at an all-time high. They're everywhere right now. They're hitting every major outlet. This album really needed to deliver, and I felt like they kind of came soft on it, which to me was a bit disappointing. What I would maybe like to see, maybe 300 open up the bag a bit, get them working with some artists that are a little bit outside of their comfort zone, expand their sound a bit, just really try to flesh something new out. Because, like I said, with this album, there's 3 people in here, and the only time that it feels like you really get a break is whenever we're getting a feature in there. And, you know what I'm saying? That's really saying something. I would hate to see them go down the lane of just being able to make singles. Because, I mean, they make smash hits. They've had so many hits over the years. But as a full project, this was really their time to deliver. And I felt like they under-delivered a bit. Now, that's not to say that it's a bad album or anything like that. I felt like the project was solid. But when they give you hits like Bad and Bougie or T-Shirt, it shows you that they have something there. Like there's something there that they can really churn out something special. And this was supposed to be the time that they were supposed to do it, but I felt like they under-delivered. Like for people who are just coming out the gate listening to them, I don't know that they'll stick around. And that's a bit disappointing for me. With it, again, not a bad album, but it does get really repetitive. If I had any advice for them, I would say, man, get in there and really work on your flows. Not to say that your flows are bad. I know a lot of people have bit their style, but you got to change up the pace a little bit. Like, they've been sticking with this flow for a long time, and I can tell that they're talented dudes. Or, they've got some talent. Listening to them, just going out here, man, it seemed like they can make up a song on the spot off of anything.
Right.
But with your album, you got to take your time. You know what I'm saying? And how do you have a 3-man group and everything sounds the same? Like, you look at a group like Outkast, you know what I'm saying? Big and Andre, they complemented each other so well because they sounded completely different. You look at, even older groups, man, like the Ghetto Boys, things like that. All of the rappers sounded different, and that's what made it all work so well together. But all 3 of these guys, even though they do have differences in their flow, they all sound the same, and it makes all their songs sound the same. And I felt like that was a bit disappointing. So for that, I had to rate this album out at a 73. I thought it was a solid project. You know what I'm saying? I'd give it a C. Will I listen to it again? I'll probably pick and choose the tracks that I like, and the rest of it will fall by the wayside. And that's where we're at.
You're my notes over there. You're my notes. All right, man. All in all, man, I appreciate how each member says their name before they rap. That way I can know and pinpoint who exactly was bad, so I definitely appreciate it. I don't know if you picked up on that. They would always say their name before they started rapping. I thought that was okay, because I'm like, okay, that was bad, and now you get a check mark for being horrible. I found it very easy to point out who the weak link was on tracks because of that. You don't listen to Migos for lyrics, though. At least I don't. People don't. Excuse me. What they're known for is heavy beats and energy, just flat out energy. The production gave us that on this project. There's a lane for the Migos, and Migos fans will really enjoy this project. I'm not a fan, so I can really, I can do without it, but I understand why people rock with them. Excuse me. So I, like I said, I can understand why people can rock with them, but like you said, all in all, they didn't really venture out. They didn't take any chances. It seemed like everything was kind of scripted, and like 2 Chainz. Travis Scott, even though I'm a Travis Scott fan, you know, they would have ventured on having just somebody different on here, maybe pushed him a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, all in all, I thought it was a decent track. Migos fans are gonna love the album. You know, being somebody who doesn't really listen to Migos, I thought it was just a decent album. I thought the beats were very heavy, but like you said, I could pull out maybe 5 or 6 tracks, maybe 5 tracks on the album, and then keep those, do away with the rest of them on a 13 song project. You know, it's a lot that you're gonna throw away.
That is.
So the ad libs have me laughing though throughout.
Yeah.
Keep the ad libs. If your Migos listen to this, the ad libs are hilarious. So I gave it a 71.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Excuse me.
All good.
Ooh. All right. So that was that, man. I thought it was pretty good, man. I thought I did well with the Migos, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I didn't know what to expect.
I had some idea, but I was hoping for a bit more, just because, you know, they had the spotlight on them. I felt like this was their time to really take it up to the next level, and I just don't know if this project does that. But that's okay. I do think that these guys will be around. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talent there, and yeah, I'll still look forward to whatever they're offering up next.
No doubt, man. All right, man. So this is Nate here.
This Kev.
2/3 of Games Music Life, man. Drink more water, people.